Welcome back. In our last video, we worked on the gameplay scene and we got the physics moving around with our characters. On this video, we're going to focus on the winning screen and the creating some actions for our characters and for our buttons to help us navigate between the screens. So what we're going to do first is go to our winning screen, and we're going to go ahead and set that up so that when the user clicks on that pink germ, it'll take them to the winning screen so that they know they've won the game. First thing I want to do is create a background. So a nice clean background. I select one of my elements, which is the rectangle element. I'm then going to come over to the element inspector, change that color, because remember it comes in as like a gray, to the white color that we want. We also want to turn off the border because we really don't need it. Then we're going to go to our metrics, and you can see right now it's at 0. The top it's -1. Let's set that to 0. And then you can see the size is width 100 by 100. What I like to do on games like these is I want the background, if I'm going to create a custom background, I want it to fit the size of the device, the iPhone. So here you can see the size of the iPhone is 375 pixels by 667 pixels. So what we'll do is we're going to go back to the metrics and we're going to type those numbers in, 375 pixels by 667 pixels. And there you go. You have a background that fills the entire screen, which is handy. That's a nice way to center it. Next, we want to go ahead and add an alert that says you've won the game. So in this case, we're going to say, congratulations. This iPhone is clean. All right. So we'll drag that about right there. We're going to go back to our typography inspector. We'll center the type. Let's pick a font that's kind of silly, goofy looking. Marker felt works for me for this one. Let's take it to 36. We're going to go ahead and also take the line height, and you can see we're going to open that up a little bit. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to change the color. Let's go with a nice blue. It's a nice clean look. Click on that, and then we're going to take the type and let's add a little bit of a shadow, a text shadow to it, so you can see, just give it a little more dramatic effect there. So we have, congratulations, this iPhone is clean. Next, we need to make a button. Now this button is going to allow us to, when you win the game, to go back and play the game again if you want. So first thing you do is you go to the elements, and you see what I just did, you add a button. And then when you take that button, you can come over to the element inspector, and you can change the radius if you want. You can leave it square if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead though and change the radius and round those corners out. And then I'm just going to stretch it a little bit inward and make sort of a circular button. Okay. Now in the if you double click or triple click the button itself, you can actually go in and edit the text. So on this one, we're going to say in all caps, play and return again. So we have the play again, giving them the instruction that if they click this, they'll get to play again. Now, I'm going to go ahead though and drag through that text. I'm going to do something here with the typography. I want to go ahead and bring that down a little bit. You can see by doing the line height, it's spreading the line, the space between the lines apart. So I'm going to keep it right about there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click before the word play, hit return, and then take my line height and drag through this again and go ahead and adjust it just ever so slightly, right about there. So now I get it nice and centered in that button. I'm going to go ahead and make it bold, and let's go ahead and do our marker felt again, and let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's take that line height now and open it up a little bit. Take that and we'll keep it right about there is fine for right now. So actually, I don't like the way that's looking. So let's go ahead and take that at 16 and take the line height right about there. Whoops. It's very tricky. You could actually type it in with the numbers if you wanted. So there I have play again. I'm going to change my button color now. to a nice blue again. So we'll do something like that. Looks good. That's a nice blue. We'll go ahead and give that also a shadow. And we're going to blur that shadow a little bit. And there we go. Now what we have to do though, the button does nothing actually. If you click on it now, it won't really do anything. So we have to assign an action to it. So the actions are bits of code that make something interactive. It will allow you to click on this button and go back to the gameplay scene. So first we need to do a little house cleaning again. Let's come back here and we have our gameplay scene at the very beginning. Let's move it back in the position where it belongs. Okay, so it's right underneath the instructions. Okay, and the intro screen is at the top. So what we want to do now is click on this button and have it go to the gameplay scene. So what I need to do is go over to my actions. I click the button, select it, and then I come on to on mouse click or tap, since it will be a iPhone game, you'll be tapping with your finger. We're going to go ahead on the action. We're going to say jump to scene. Now what it does is it initially comes up and says next scene, and it does instant transition. You can add some different effects for your transitions, but we're going to keep it on instant for right now. And what it does here, if you click on the next scene, you get thumbnails of the scenes that you can go to, which is very helpful. And we'll go right here to the gameplay. So when the user taps this button, it's going to jump back to the gameplay scene. All right, what I'm going to do now is save it. Always save as you're going through. It's just force of habit for me. So now when you come to this button, if you click on the pink germ per our instructions, it will come down here to congratulations, this iPhone is clean. Then you will click on the play again button and you'll go right back here to the game screen. Now up on the top though, we have to add an action as well, but a little different type of action. Remember, we've animated this and it comes in and stops there. And I want to see, and you see there's an action here. What we want to do is now jump to scene. We've added a timeline action and we want to jump to scene. So that scene though, we want to go to, you can say the next scene. I tend to like to go to the named scenes that I have. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but to me it's just a tidy way of keeping your project nice and clean. So now after the animation is over, it'll go here. It will then jump to the instruction screen. Now we need to add another action. So we have click to play on our button. So once you're here, what we want to do is go back over to that mouse click action under our actions inspector. And we're going to go ahead and say jump to scene on this one. And again, next scene would be the gameplay, but let's just go ahead and assign it the gameplay, give it its name that it needs to go to. So excellent. So you can see what we've done in review. We've added an action through our actions inspector to this button, the play again. That will take us back to gameplay. Up here, we've added a timeline action that will allow the animation to end and then jump right to the instruction screen. Then here we've added an action to our click to play button, and it will jump to the scene gameplay. Lastly, for this video, what I want to do is we're going to add an action to our pink germ. Remember, that's our winning germ. So again, same thing as the button. And you can do it with grouped shapes and your drawings that you make in Hype. This is really great. And even placed images. So we'll come back over again to actions. And we're going to, on the mouse click, we're going to go ahead and jump to scene. And again, here's our winning screen. And it's instant. So if we hit this guy, when we tap him, he's going to take us here to the congratulations, this iPhone is clean. So let's go ahead, save this. And we're going to go ahead and do a quick preview of the game. It'll be nice to watch. You can see it came through. Let's do that again. It was a little quick. Boom. How to play. The object of the game is to wipe out the evil germs one at a time. If you tap on the pink germ, you'll move to the next level. If not, you become an infected pile of toxic waste. Good luck. We click. Now here we go. Everything's bouncing around. Oh, I'm going to try to get him. And it's harder than I thought. There we go. I got him. Congratulations. This iPhone is clean. We click play again. Here it is. And you can see he's getting crazy in there. It's not as easy of a game as you think, even though it's a one-level game. So you can see the buttons now work. It takes you where you need to go. You can navigate between them. Crazy game. What we'll have to do on our losing screen is probably go in and adjust this so it's even a little more playable. I think our layers are in the way, making it harder than it should be. We don't want it to be too evil of a game. All right. So we'll come back to another video where we're going to go ahead and work on our losing screen. And we're also going to clean up a little bit of the layers there to make sure that the game is easier to play. I'll see you in the next video.